So, hi guys, I haven't made a video in about a week or so now. This video is a little bit late. It should still make it up today, but I normally try and put them up by 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the US, and it's 3:51 right now, so that's probably not going to happen. Actually, I guarantee it's not going to happen, but there are a few reasons for that. Right now, I am a senior, and I'm looking for a job, and today and tomorrow is the university's career fair for engineers. So, I spent yesterday doing a lot of prep work for that, and then earlier today, I was at it, but I'm home now, and I am gonna make this. So, I haven't gotten, I've only gotten a couple of suggestions on video topics. So, if you have any, suggested articles, or if you would like to hear me talk about something else, please leave a comment, and I will try and get to those. At least so far, I read all of the comments that I get, and I try to reply to some of them too. If you leave a comment, I will get back to you much faster than if you send me a private message. I've had a few people do that, and I will get to those eventually. I do see them eventually, but I don't see them as soon. So I prefer comments if possible, and then other people can also, like it or upvote or whatever it's called now, if they like the idea as well. And that lets me know kind of what you guys want to hear. So, today's topic is going to be about otters. One moment. Sorry about that. I actually have a couple of stuffed otters. I just want to go and grab them because otters are my favorite animal. I haven't narrowed it down to which species of otter yet, but definitely otters. I think that they're adorable, both as a baby or a pup and as an adult. I love how energetic they are and how playful they are. When I go to the zoo with my girlfriend, I'll go and watch the otters until she physically drags me away from the otter area, because I just think they're so cute. I could watch them play all day. And they tend to be a lot more energetic and playing, not like a lot of animals at the zoo that are just kind of sleeping. I don't know, because I think they're more fun to watch. So this is one that somebody got me. I can't remember who got it for me at the time, but it is I want to say my girlfriend got this for me. I think, maybe. And it was a Neopet, I believe. I think I gave the Neopet part to somebody, but I don't remember exactly. It's been a few years. It's cute. Kind of little. And this one, believe it or not, I've actually named them. This one's name is Daisy. This one's a girl, we've decided. So. And this one is a little bit bigger. It's about twice the size or so. This one, somebody gave me this one as well. This one's a little bit newer, and we decided that this one is a male otter. Got a little chin hair too. And his name is Moki. Kind of like a mocha, but instead of an A, an I guess. Or, I don't know. I spell it M-O-K-I. I don't know if that would be right or not, but that's what I An otter's den is called a hold or a couch. Male otters are called dogs, female otters are called bitches, and their offspring are called pups. The collective noun for otters are bevy, that'd be like a plural, family, lodge, or rump, being descriptive of their often playful nature, or when in water, raft. The feces of otters are typically identified by their distinct aroma, the smell of which has been described as ranging from freshly mown hay to putrefied fish. These are known as sprant. It's kind of a big range of smells. Freshly mown hay doesn't sound that bad, but putrefied fish sounds terrible. That's the end of subsection 2, terminology. Subsection 3, life cycle. The gestation period in otters is about 60 to 86 days. The newborn pup is cared for by the mother, father, and older offspring. Female otters reach sexual maturity at approximately 2 years of age, and males at approximately 3 years. After 1 month, the pup can leave the hold, and after 2 months, it is able to swim. The pup lives with its family for approximately 1 year. Otters live up to 16 years. It's the end of subsection 3. Subsection 4, characteristics. Otters often have long, slim bodies and relatively short limbs with webbed paws. Most have sharp claws on their feet, and all except the sea otter have long, muscular tails. The 13 species range in adult size from 0.6 to 1.8 meters, or 2 to 6 feet in length, and 1 to 45 kilograms, or 2.2 to 100 pounds in weight. The oriental small-clawed otter is the smallest otter species, and the giant otter and sea otter are the largest. They have very soft, insulated underfur, which is protected by an outer layer of long, guard hairs. This traps a layer of air, which keeps them dry and warm underwater. Several otter species live in cold waters and have high metabolic rates to help keep them warm. European otters must eat 15% of their body weight each day, and sea otters 20 to 25%, depending on the temperature. In water as warm as 10 degrees C or 50 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know why I said Fahrenheit. Is that a thing? An otter needs to catch 100 grams of fish per hour to survive. That's 3.5 ounces. Most species hunt for 3 to 5 hours each day, and nursing mothers up to 8 hours each day. For most otters, fish is the staple of their diet. This is often supplemented by frogs, crayfish, and crabs. Some otters are experts at opening shellfish, and others will feed on available small mammals or birds. Prey dependency leaves otters very vulnerable to prey depletion. Otters are active hunters, chasing prey in the water or searching the beds of rivers, lakes, or the seas. Most species live beside water, but river otters usually enter it only to hunt or travel, otherwise spending much of their time on land to avoid their fur becoming waterlogged. Sea otters are considerably more aquatic and live in the ocean for most of their lives. Otters are playful animals and appear to engage in various behaviors for sheer enjoyment, such as making water slides and then sliding on them into water. Different species vary in their social structure, with some being largely solitary, while others live in groups. In a few species, these groups may be fairly large. Excuse me. That is the end of subsection specific species. So if you would like to take a look at that, I will put the link in the description below, and you can take a look. Next is the section on relation with humans. Subsection 5. I guess 5. Hunting. Otters have been hunted for their pelts from at least the 1700s, although it may have begun well before then. Early hunting methods included darts, arrows, nets, and snares, but later traps were set on land and guns used. There's been a long history of otter belts being worn around the world. In China, it was standard for the royalty to wear robes made from them. People that were financially high in status also wore them. The tails of otters were often made in items for men to wear. These included hats and belts. Even some types of mittens for children have been made from the fur of otters. Otters have also been hunted using dogs, specifically the otter hound. From 1958 to 1963, the 11 otter hunts in England and Wales killed 1,065 otters between them. In such hunts, the hunters notched their poles after every kill. The prize trophy that hunters would take from the otters was the penis bone, which would be worn as a tie pin. It's kind of weird. Traffic. The Wildlife Trade Monitoring Network, that's what traffic is, reported that otters are at serious risk in Southeast Asia and have disappeared from parts of their former range. This decline in population is due to hunting to supply the demand for skins. The end of subsection 5. Subsection 6. Fishing for humans. For many generations, fishermen in southern Bangladesh have bred smooth-coated otters and used them to chase fish into their nets. Once a widespread practice passed down from father to son throughout many communities in Asia. This traditional use of domesticated wild animals is still in practice in the district of Naril, Bangladesh. End of subsection 6. Subsection 7. Religion and mythology. Norse mythology, tells of the dwarf Ottar habitually taking the form of an otter. The myth of Otter's ransom is the starting point of the Bolsnag saga. In some Native American cultures, otters are considered totem animals. The otter is held to be a clean animal belonging to Masada in Zoroastrian belief and taboo to kill. In popular Korean mythology, it is told that persons who see an otter will attract rain clouds for the rest of their lives. That's the end of subsection 7. I think it's 7. Subsection 8. Japanese folklore. Any of the viewers who are from Japan, I would love to hear how accurate or how this relates to what you know of Japanese folklore for otters, I guess. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts about it. So, in Japanese, they are called kawasa. Maybe that's how you say it. In Japanese folklore, they fool humans like the fox and kitsune and tennik. In the Noto region, Ishikawa Prefecture, there are stories where they shapeshift into beautiful women or children wearing checker patterned clothing, and if a human attempts to speak to one, essays and legends of the Edo period, like the Irumikanawa Daihi Yoko Monogatari and the Shifu Kuroko. There are tales about strange occurrences like otters that shapeshift into beautiful women and kill men. In the town of Namachi Asa District, Hiroshima Prefecture, they are called Tomo no Kawasawa and Ata no Kawasawa, and it is said that they would shapeshift into monks and appear before passers-by. And if the passerby tries to get close and look up, its height would steadily increase until it became a large monk. In the Tsuguru region, Amari Prefecture, they are said to possess humans, and it is said that those who possessed by otters would lose their stamina, as if their soul has been extracted. They are also said to shapeshift into severed heads and get caught in fishing nets. In the Kashima district and the Haku district in Ikurusawa Prefecture, they are seen as a yokai under the name Kabusa or Kawasa. They perform pranks like extinguishing the fire of the paper lanterns of people who walk on roads at night, shapeshift into beautiful women of 18 to 19 years of age, and fool people and try and make them try to engage in sumo against a rock or a tree stump. It is said that they speak human words, and sometimes people would be called and stop while walking on roads. In the Ishikawa and Kochi prefectures, they are also said to be a type of kappa, and there are stories told about them engaging in sumo with otters. In places like the Hokuriku region, Ki and Shikoku, the otters themselves are seen as a type of kappa. In the Kakurushu, a dictionary from the Muromachi period, an otter that grew old becomes a kappa. In a new folktale in Arashibitsu, there are stories where monster otters would shapeshift into humans and go into homes where there are beautiful girls and try to kill the girl and make her its wife. In China, like Japan, there are stories where otters would shapeshift into beautiful women in old books, like In Search of the Supernatural and the Shenzi. That's the end of subsection, I want to say 9. That's the end of the article. So, I do deeply apologize to any of my viewers who speak Japanese. I'm certain that